Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, I hope you had a really good weekend. If you did, it meant you've probably already seen my latest offering. Yes, Mod Spot number 3 is out. The show where we take a mod, we tutorialize it, we review it, we tell you the pros and cons. And if you've ever wanted to know the pros and cons of the 81 tile mod, then to this week's show, not today's show, this week's show is going to be the one for you. I will link it at the end of today's show, so feel free to go and take a little glance at that. So the 81 tile mod by Bloody Penguin, lovely. And if you like lovely things, well, what do? Yes, you like them, don't you? That's right, hit the like button. It really does support the lovely show, gets me seen by more lovely people and helps me grow a lovely little bit more every lovely day. Thank you very much for your support. Today's map is the MURETTO Pass by Ecania. Yes, Ecania is back with this offering, all centered around 25 tiles you see there. There's your start square. It looks lovely to me. From up here, a little bit of hint of water and a stream running through it as well. Nice. Resources are a little bit dappled. There's not much going on in the way of resources. That might take away from gameplay, possibly. And then off to the workshop. Now, it is a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. The Moraine Farmlands theme is Ecania's own theme, and we're using that. The live oak tree. There is a cube map replacer. It doesn't say which cube map to use, so I've selected one at random. And we're also using the relight to a natural LUT today. So, down to ground level. Now, what do I think of today's map? Well, I feel that it does show that Ecania has had a hard year. I'm not going to go into any details. It's Ecania's private life. He has shared a little bit of personal details with me, and we'll come back onto something like that in a minute. Let's look at this. Oh, look at this. Jinky Jankies, double Jinky Jankies. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let me fix. I'm not going to do this throughout the map. I just want to pop those. They're going to irritate me. There we go. No Jinky Jankies. Lovely. And then on to a long elevated section here. And a long, nice... I like this. Anyway, Ecania. Standard fare from Ecania. It's a fantasy map. It's a completely fictional, wonderful world creation. And it's tiered. It's beautiful. When I say tiered, we've got different levels. They're all fairly flat, so they're easy to build on. That's a bit of a bonus for players like me that, although I know how to build onto hills, I can't do it prettily. Now here we had one of these right at the start as well. Elevated at ground level from a little bit too far out, so you get the indent into the ground where the elevation is forcing the ground level down underneath it. And we've got the same at this end as well. And it's a bit of a theme. It's not on every bridge, but there are a few occasions where I've seen this on this particular map. So yes, the different elevated levels means that you can create like tiered cities, adds different interest and focal points, and there's another Jinky Janky going on right there. And I'm just going to let that one go, but if we pull back and have a look, you can see the whole road looks a little bit wobbly at that part of the road anyway. The tunnels, gentle elevation going into them. I'd prefer them to be flatter, but I've seen worse. I've definitely seen worse. Let's check them coming out, shall we? And down here, we've got much worse. There you go. That's much worse. No reason for them to be elevating like that at all. Now, intersections. Ecania has worked with Arizandi here, and Arizandi's given us this beauty. Oh, and it is a beauty. Oh, I love it. Once again, the roads are elevated underneath. They could be down at ground level, but it's okay, I guess. Not so bad. And then we head down towards the start square intersection, which is another pretty one. I want to say pretty. I've got 1-2 grumbles with it. But did you see that? Did you see that? Let me go back over here. Did you see it? Did you see it? Yes, you did. Now, if that lower road was down at ground level instead of being elevated, that probably wouldn't be popping through there. Streetlight clipping, as we call it. So yes, intersection. 6 lanes into 3 doesn't go in my book. We are using mass transit, so we could use 2 lanes there. That would be much tidier. We've got some sort of diverging diamonds. It's not really a diverging diamond. And we've also got over here, shining in the lights, a very shiny asset of the day. It is a very bright map, so this is a white building and it's going to glow. It's the Relief Society building by Derek 4. I'm sorry, I can't really adjust the light settings now, but it's a nice building. In real life, it's Salt Lake City, and it's owned and run by the Mormons. Bless them. I've never met a nasty Mormon. I've met nasty people in all shapes of life, but never a nasty Mormon. Factoids, because factoids. The 1925 British film was released as Livingston in the United Kingdom, but as Stanley in the United States. There you go. You see? If ever you want to go and watch the 1925 film, it's nearly 100 years old. Blimey, doesn't time fly, eh? It seems like it was new only yesterday. But yes, look through the windows here. You can see the floor. You can see the floor. Look at that. It's lovely, that is. I do like a window. There you go. That's the Relief Society building by Derek 4. Today's asset of the day. Let's have a look at the road, shall we? Let's go back to the roads. We'll veer away from the start square. You may notice that we've got some indents here because of elevation, where it's a bit too soon maybe, and some rather but once again elevated as we're going in. Actually, look, it's glitching into the terrain there. Not a fan of those tunnels, I'm afraid. Not a fan of them. And then we come out over here. We're going to have to check all of these now, aren't we? Again, slight elevation. Not the world's worst, but there's slight elevation. And then we will rootle tootle along here until we get to one of the pretty areas. Remember, fantasy map, this is not a real life situation. This is fun. This is fun. And it's almost very lovely indeed. I say almost. I do like Ecania's king of the water flow, of course. And we've got here slightly too low bridge. Just a slightly. Even in the fantasy world setting, I'd say that was slightly too low. Here, slightly too low bridge as well. And then over here, and we'll pull back and have a look. We've got a jinky janky on the bridge there. Did you see the jinky janky on the bridge? And we've got a little bit of water just leaking and seeping over into. That's the problem because it's too low. You'll see, it's valiant effort. I like the idea of having. There's your jinky janky. I like the idea of having really low bridges, and in the fantasy scenario I suppose I could let it go, but when the water's seeping over it, I really can't. Again, we're elevating way early there. Look how far back we are from the river, and then it doesn't seem so bad on the other side, but that was a real early shot at that one. Changing tiers again, more jinky jankies going on here. There seems to be a lot of jinky jankies on today's maps on the roads. Yeah, anyways, okay, we'll keep going. It's still a good map. I may be moaning and groaning a lot. When I say maybe, I definitely am moaning and groaning a lot. And that's only because I know the high standards that Ecania is capable of. We could go off to the fog, but I know there's something down this way that we need to check out. Like these tunnels, slight elevations, again, there. And they emerge over here. Now, the road network doesn't make an awful amount of sense, but then fantasy map, it's not overly convoluted. Oh, look at the divot in there. And on the other side too. And then if we come around here, we've got a tiny little tunnel going through a little bit of a hillock, and another jinky janky, and that emerges over here. I'm not looking at that one. I know there's a bad one around there. More wibbly wobbly roads there as well. And I just say I appreciate that Ecania's had a bit of a hard time. I love this intersection, by the way, that we just skipped over. Well done, Arizandy. I skipped over that one, and we've been through this intersection from the opposite direction. But over here, yeah, this is the one. Look at the steepness on those roads. Yeah, tunnels. Ecania tunnels. Saw them. They might be magic, but they need to be less tragic. I see what I did there. Free flow. Freeform bonbon, that was. Okay, the rail. We have rail. And with the land being entirely flat, but on tiers, you can expect this to be of a reasonably good standard, of course. And, somewhat bizarrely, the tunnels, pretty flat. Pretty flat. There's a slight elevation as we go up towards it, but I'm not going to pick on every... Oh, where's that come out? Oh yeah, over here. I'm not going to pick on every little thing on this one because this show would go on for about 3 hours. Oh, now look at that coming out of there and over the bump. No. Fail. Across the bridge. It's a bit of a... I don't know, it looks a bit wonky in all respects, that bridge. And again, going down the divots there to... Where's that coming out? Ecania tunnels. Darn you, Ecania. Which one of those is... That goes off and it comes out over here. Okay, got it. Thank you. Very kind. Should do a little arrow for me. And we'll wind off this way. Yeah, slightly always convoluted. I don't mind convolution in a map. It can make for it to be a lot of fun. Especially reviewing it can be a lot of fun. Yeah, those came out a bit of an angle. And then up and over the road. That's good. Left or right? So going left. Going left. Who's tracking that? Going left this time. And then through under the viaducts there. And across the farmlands. Very pretty farmlands. Tunnel. That's got to come out there, isn't it? Oh no, look, there's a split underneath. Oh, hello. Now we've got choices. I think we'll go this way. Where did that come out? Over here. Yep, got it. Emerges here. And then, of course, a slightly humped bridge. Just slightly. Rail bridge. Humped. Okay. Just slightly. It's fine. Suspend disbelief. Fantasy map, BonBonB. Fantasy map. Intermission time, everybody.
Have you ever wanted to create a snow scene in your summer city, but you're not interested in buying the Snowfall DLC? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Snow Without DLC by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And we're back to the MURETTO Pass by ecania. Shipping routes. Well, you'd expect there to be. And there is. And it winds its way all the way around. Now, these bridges, what do you think? Is that too low? Is that too low for the cruiser? It might be deceptively high. We'll check that one out. I'm going to, if I don't see any shipping, I'll put down a little bit of building. And again there, I'll put down the building. We'll see if we can encourage the shipping to come down here. But I think they're probably okay. It's just looks low. These look high enough, don't they? These definitely look high enough. No question there. And then run down here through a little bit of a wobbly track there for the ships to follow. And then down and through here. This is good. Yeah, ships will go both sides of the pillars there. That's fine. And then off into the fog. Right, a water flow. It's ecania. This won't be a problem. Good strong water flow. It's a fairly wide river. It's deep enough, and there's plenty of water running through. So when we get to the start square, which is about here, I think we've definitely got enough to get started on. And there's plenty of room when you expand to find new water sources as well. So honestly, I don't see that being a huge problem. So, ecania. First thing we say with ecania is mountains. And look at tree placement. Basic, simple tree stylized detailing. Stylized tree detailing even. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Remember, we are using mostly vanilla trees here with just the live oak added. Then we'll have a look at, yes, the fantasy world of lakes in the mountains, which are a little bit silly, but we let them go. We let them go on this. Nice waterfall coming down here and out into the river system, which is fine. That one's okay. Let's find there's one around here somewhere that I'm... Oh, let's use the main one. The mainland river system. Here we go. We'll follow this one up, and I'm okay with the river here. It's a fantasy world. It's a fine river. No issues. Then when we get up here, we have got a lovely waterfall, and this is good. Okay, this looks very nice. Finding its way up through the nooks and crannies and crevices. Looks really excellent work. It's no foliage, but it's fine. We can deal with this one. And look at that, the way it enters into that lake. It looks glorious from here. Now when you get out into the lake, it's quite evident that we've got some sort of dam holding back the water there, which is helping to create an extra waterfall. Just doesn't... I know, even in the Wilder Fantasy maps, I feel that ecania could have done better here. We've got another... It's like a dam holding that water back as well. And here we've got a dam stopping it from coming down the mountain over here as well. It does feel a little bit convoluted, I'm afraid. The water being held back in those locations. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's supposed to look like dams. I'm just struggling to buy it. Even in the fantasy world scenario, I'm just struggling to buy it. Start square, nice and flat. Lots of build areas, options going on there, and of course the rail is right there too. All good. And look, if you build a city, look at that backdrop you're going to be getting with all those lovely, lovely mountains in all the directions. ecania really does know how to set a lovely fantasy scene. Now, as you can see there, I've got some buildings in place for the shipping. We'll have a little check of the shipping to see whether or not those bridges are high enough. Makes a bit of sense, I think, to do something like that. And while they're making their way down to the shipping, is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Aesthetically, I like this. I like this one. We've only the first time we've actually looked at this little section of the map. I'm going to give it 4 stars for aesthetics. Overall, I think it's worth it. Detailing, it struggles all over the place. Overall, it's still good detailing. It's still passable detailing, which will get you 3. Can I give a 4th star with that many minor issues and no great glowing points? Not really. 3 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, very playable. Very, very playable. A few things you might want to fix out. It is a little bit, the traffic flow, it is a little bit convoluted on this one. I'm going to go with 4 stars for gameplay. So the MURETTO Pass by ecania, do I like it? I do like it. I do like it. Certainly not one of his best, and certainly does look like somebody who has been struggling in the last year or so with personal life issues. Anyway, let's just check these bridges. Yeah, plenty of pass. Look at that. Plenty of clearance. Well done. I know you were worried about it, guys. I just had to show you. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for a start of a new week of maps. Will it be a stellar week? I have no idea. You have to join me tomorrow to find out. Tomorrow's request map. It could be entertaining. Anyway, there's another map on the screen now if you want to have a little go and vote on that one. And of course, there's a link to a mod spot featuring the 81 tile mod by Bloody Penguin. If you haven't seen that or want to know more, go and watch that one too. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB. I'll see you tomorrow.